What's up, everyone, and welcome to Clear Talk. So, we are here today to talk about the Second Amendment. All right. We're going to talk about how it seems like the Republican Party, or at least some of those in charge, the White House, is taking a different stance now suddenly on gun rights. You're not allowed. You're not allowed to have a gun. At least not the opposition at protest, anyways. Um, so we're going to talk about that. So thank you very much for joining me here on Clear Talk. If you are new here, welcome to Clear Talk. If you'd like to check out more videos from the channel, please do so. Consider subscribing, like, share, comment, all the good stuff to get more videos in front of more people. If you'd like to check out my other channels as well, you have JMDPLAY there, JMD Puzzling. If you like what you see there, consider subscribing to those as well. That would be amazing. Help out those channels a lot. If you want to give any kind of support, there's Patreon there. $3 a month. You can support any of the channels that you would like. And to help grow those channels, to help grow Patreon, and help to grow the JMD Nation and contribute however you would like. Any contribution and support you give is very much appreciated, and I thank you very, very much. And if you are returning, you are freaking amazing. Thank you for coming back over and over again because you are JMD Nation. All right, so what's going on here? What is going on here with the Republicans? I mean, they've always been about gun rights, gun rights, gun rights, NRA, and have all the guns you want. No restrictions, no regulations, no bans, just all guns, 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 guns. We've had a lot of gun right activists, or gun reform activists. I guess I should say more or less. That have tried to push back on a lot of that, just making like red flag laws and regulations around certain guns to try to maintain and pull back a little bit on just the full loss freedom of guns. And that's been more, from the left, and even some. I even think some reasonable Republicans can understand that to some degree. But that has been the drive for the Republican Party, is just full on Second Amendment. Have all the guns you want, any gun you want, any magazine availability. I mean, it's what has helped, in my opinion, stoke gun violence in the country to I mean, just insanely. And I do. That's, for me personally. I do blame the actions of the Republican Party and how free they have been in allowing the pressure from NRA and Second Amendment activists or proud Second Amendment like defenders that have tried to take the Second Amendment and take it to its most extreme interpretations, which is never what it was really meant for, but in just allowing as much guns as possible. But now suddenly, out of nowhere, after the shooting of the ICU, it was ICU nurse, Alex Peretti, suddenly, Trump comes out against guns, or at least against guns being brought to protests, especially when the protests were clearly against him and the operations of his administration, the operations of DHS and ICE, which means that they're in opposition of him. So he comes out. You can't bring guns to protest. You just can't bring a gun. You can't bring it loaded. Even though previously, a couple of years back, when Rittenhouse was running through the streets with his, AK, there was all kinds of defense from not only Trump himself, but several Republicans, even those in administration right now, defending his actions that he was walking through the streets with a loaded gun. He wound up killing 2 people, but that was self-defense. Because it was self-defense from the crazy woke people. But when you have an opposition person now showing up to a protest with a gun that was legally in possession of and wasn't even brandishing it, even though the administration, members of the administration have claimed that he was branding it, was not branding it by video that was shot of the incident. The only thing he had in his hand was his phone. Now suddenly, can't have guns at the protest. Can't have guns being brought into the protests. Because now you're putting our federal agents in danger. So let's talk about that for a second. Here is the instance where Trump makes his stance on this.
Sir, was Mr. Petty acting as an assassin? Do you think he was acting as an assassin in Minneapolis?
Who is that?
Mr. Petty, your deputy chief of staff said that. You don't think so?
Now, I want to break that down real quick because the way she was answering him, I honestly don't think that he even knew what she was talking about, who she was talking about. And then once she said your deputy chief officer, a chief of staff said that, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that he thought she was saying that Mr. Peretti was the deputy chief of staff. Like, that's, I think, the connection he made there, and the reason why he said, no, I don't think he was an assassin. Okay, I don't think he was actually connecting that she was talking about Mr. Peretti as the one who died. It was a protester. I'm just going to go on a limb there on that one. I think in his, like, because he just wasn't, I don't think he connected the dots there, which is telling in itself. But that's just my thoughts. Maybe he understood what she was saying, but I think because it wasn't until she said your deputy chief of staff that he was like, yeah, he was an assassin. No. So I think that was just a confusion there, but that's not even the point that we're here to talk about. The next point is what
you don't think so?
What we're here for.
With that being said, you can't have guns. You can't walk in with guns.
What about the Second Amendment?
Listen, you can't walk in with guns. You can't do that. But it's just a very unfortunate incident.
What about the Second Amendment, sir?
We'll work something out.
So, that was, he's sitting there saying, we can't walk in with guns. We can't walk in with guns. No guns there. And people, which has made an uproar in the Second Amendment rights groups, activists. The NRA come out against it, stating that, citizens have the right to bear arms, even, basically in a protest. So this has been a huge, like, question mark thrown up in the eyes of the right. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean that, we can't have arms? It's crazy. Here is Jen Psaki, which I'm not a huge fan of, but she breaks down here a little bit and gives some information about some others as well.
In 2024, Donald Trump told the NRA, quote, "With me in the White House, the radical gun grabbers will run straight into a very, very powerful brick wall." But now that he wants to target people he doesn't like, that wall is developing some cracks. After federal agents killed VA nurse Alex Preddy in Minneapolis last month, Trump said that guns shouldn't be allowed at protests. And for any of your MAGA-loving relatives whose most important issue is the Second Amendment, I just want you to listen to Trump's hand-picked U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia, former Fox News host Jeanine Pirro.
You bring a gun into the district, you mark my words, you're going to jail. I don't care if you have a license in another district, and I don't care if you're a law-abiding gun owner somewhere else. You bring a gun into this district, count on going to jail, and hope you get the gun back.
Okay, then. Let's just say those remarks
That's
didn't
wild.
go over well with the pro-gun crowd, including Republican Congressman Greg Steube of Florida, who tweeted, "I bring a gun into the district every week. Good to know." And he challenged Pirro to, quote, "come and take it." And if that doesn't tell you about how utterly confused and out of whack the MAGA movement is right now, I really don't know what does.
Yep, exactly. Don't really know what does, because this is and I have a further breakdown here. The U.S. Attorney of the District of Columbia, Jeanine Ferris Pirro, an appointee of Donald Trump, threatened to arrest law-abiding gun owners as violent crime in the nation's capital has decreased. Pirro's stance highlights a divided over how far to push gun restrictions in the nation's capital, where local law requires registration of firearms and limits certain semi-automatic rifles, even as the Trump administration has simultaneously changed D.C.'s gun regulations. Pirro's statement also comes after the fatal shooting of the 37-year-olds Alex Preddy and Renee Good by immigration agents last month. Videos of the incident show Preddy had a gun, which he was legally allowed to carry, and an officer removed from the scene of the clash. You bring a gun into this district, count on going to jail, and hope you get the gun back, Pirro said on Fox News Monday, in part adding, "I don't care if you have a license in another district, and I don't care if you're a law-abiding gun owner somewhere else. D.C. law requires firearm owners to register their weapons with local police and bars residents from registering certain semi-automatic rifles, effectively preventing civilian ownership of those models in the district." In August 2025, Pirro directed federal prosecutors not to seek felony charges for people carrying registered rifles or shotguns in D.C., with exceptions for permit holders and cases involving violent crimes, citing guidance tied to Supreme Court ruling on the Second Amendment. In December, the District Department of Justice sued D.C., arguing the district's prohibition on registering AR-15 and other semi-automatic rifles violates the Second Amendment, escalating a long-running dispute between federal officials and the district over gun policy. Trump also activated hundreds of National Guards in an effort to bring down crime, combat crime, and beautify the nation's capital. After Preddy's killing, FBI Director Kash Patel suggested Preddy should not have been carrying a firearm, a position that prompted resistance from influential gun right groups and some GOP lawmakers. You cannot bring a firearm loaded with multiple magazines to any sort of protest that you want. It's that simple. You don't have the right to break the law and incite violence. Which this is, of course, bring out some backlash. You got, again, Greg Steube there Psaki pointed out, "I bring a gun into the district every week. I have a license in Florida and D.C. to carry, and I will continue to carry to protect myself and others. Come and take it." Former Republican Adam Kinzinger, "Dang, they turned against the 2A faster than I've ever seen before." X account Patriot Takes, Jeanine Pirro is going to arrest Lauren Boebert, which is funny. Rapid Response 47. At Pirro, "We are solving more homicide cases than we have ever in D.C., and the mayor now is seeing what is combined resource allowing to do. It is all about focus, partnership, and being serious." Trump on True Social, "This is the gunman's gun, loaded with 2 additional full magazines and ready to go. What is that all about? Where are the local police? Why weren't they allowed to protect ICE officers? The mayor and governor called them off. It is stated that many of these police were not allowed to do their job, that ICE had to protect themselves. Not an easy thing to do. So, we have the administration coming out, even Noam, when she addressed the Peretti thing, she talked about the fact that he had a gun and should not have had a gun. So now all of a sudden, all these members of the administration are coming out. Oh, you cannot have a gun. You cannot have a gun. If you're at a protest, apparently, if you're protesting against us. So again, it's continuation of what's good for us is not good for you. And this is the Republican stance. This has been the Republican stance. They want to defend everything that they want, but when it comes to any kind of opposition or anybody that they don't agree with, then, oh no, we didn't mean you had the right. We have the right, but you don't have the right. So now you have the administration coming out against this opposition, once again stating and taking that they need a right taken away from them. If it wasn't enough that they are going into Democrat cities with federal agents, creating all kinds of chaos, going into cities to bring down crime, putting American soldiers in cities. That's what they've done before already too. Removing all of our, like trying to remove assistance programs and stuff that help people. I mean, all these different things that they've done. Defending and protecting these ICE agents who shot and killed 2 people in Minnesota. Defending them that they had all the right in the world to do so. And this is just where it starts. They are making it known that if you are against us, we will take from you. We will keep you down. We will hold you down. We will restrict your rights. I mean, they've threatened to remove funding from states that oppose them, threatened to take over voting and election rights, which we're going to talk about in another video. I mean, they are threatening everything that they can threaten in opposition to them, if you were in opposition to them. Setting up that even for those who support them now, if a red line is crossed, then they would know, oh, wait a minute. And become into any kind of opposition, then they are then in threat. That should be a sign to you, if you are a supporter of this administration, that if you in any way, and we have seen this just the slightest little pushback on Trump and his administration, and they will throw you under the bus, they will turn their backs on you and go at you. If that isn't the recipe of a dictatorship, of a fascist government that we have said over and over again that this administration is, and is showing telltale signs more and more. If you are in opposition, they are going to try to hold you down, make you irrelevant, take from you, prevent you what your rights are. Trying to create this means of, you either support us or else. It's our way or the highway. The mafia style, like, governmental control. And they are going to do whatever they can to remain in control. And to oppose them is at your own risk. The Constitution be damned, laws be damned, they do not care. You either are with them or they will crush you. They will take from you. That's what this is. That's what these types of actions are showing me. And for you supporters out there, is that what you want? Is that the kind of thing that you want to support? You want to support a government who is going to consistently take away rights, consistently go against our own Constitution and our own laws just to protect themselves and defend themselves and stay in power? Because that is what you were consistently defending. You were literally defending to remove rights from people in this country just because they do not agree with you. Is that the Republican platform now? Is that the Republican way? Is this just MAGA? Is this what you signed up for? Is this what you voted for? I keep giving you over and over and over again, video after video after video, of all the things that this administration is doing. And I ask every time, is this what you want? So there you have it. This administration against guns, threatening to take your guns away. Trump even told Pam Bondi in a meeting, I think last week or something, about removing guns from people, taking guns from people. I just thought about that video. I should have had that one brought up for the video for this, but I don't have that one pulled up. It's time to wake up. It's time to wake up. Everybody needs to be on guard. Everybody needs to be out and opposed and realize just what this administration is trying to do. Trying to do to those who do not agree with them. They are the most threatening administration I've ever seen. But apparently this is how they do business. And it's not the American way. It's not. But now let me know what you think. Until next time, peace. Clear Talk. I'm out.